One of the attending medical staff, Dr. Charles Chukwebuni, urged people to focus more on their health and well-being.
Well, what I'm here for is just for like an outreach to explain how to clean the ear, and for people that have hearing problem, for people that have the hearing problem, tell them the kind of ear drops to use and a normal frequent way of cleaning the ear, other than the earbuds that everybody use, which is not actually good because it damages the eardrum.
The medical outreach not only brought relief and smiles to many elderly and vulnerable beneficiaries, but also underscored the importance of community service, empathy, and care to people, especially senior citizens. Oluwatosin Ologun, Agidigbo FM News.
The Honorable Speaker of the People's Parliament, Pastor Segun Gugbayi, has stated that fundamental human rights are not absolute, just as he emphasized the importance of citizens adhering to rules and regulations guiding these rights. Pastor Gugbayi disclosed this today on the People's Oriented program on Agidigbo 88.7 FM, Shokonwa, while reacting to the recent protest demanding for Nnamdi Kanu's release held on Monday.
Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, everybody has a right to protest. It is Constitution that gave us that right. It's the Constitution that endowed unto us that privilege to be able to go on protest without hindrance. So it is that same Constitution that also tells us and that empowers the courts. It's the Constitution that laid down the courts.
The Honorable Speaker further explained that the Nigerian Constitution allows a peaceful protest, but when protesters fail to adhere to court-ordered limitations, it renders their action unjustifiable. As unemployment continues to affect many young Nigerians, more youth are beginning to realize the importance of learning a trade. Many now see skill acquisition as a practical way to achieve financial stability and independence. Handiwork has become essential for today's youth and how it is helping them navigate the country's challenging economic situation. Agidigbo FM News correspondent Tolulope Salau reports on the positive and negative influences of social media on career and business. Here are the details.
These days, finding a job seems harder than ever, as many Nigerians are beginning to realize that waiting for white-collar jobs might not be the only way forward. Now, more youths are turning to handwork and skills like tailoring, makeup, hairdressing, baking, barbing, and even tech skills. For a lot of youths, jobs and businesses are more than just a side hustle, but also a way to survive, stay independent, and build something for themselves. Beyond just making money, having a skill gives confidence, creativity, and purpose, and also teaches skills beyond the four walls of a classroom. For some Nigerians shared with Agidigbo FM, why learning is handwork matters for their progress and survival. In an interview with Agidigbo FM News, Mr. Samuel Omekola said he believes every young person should learn a handwork because it helps them to stand on their own, no matter the situation.
In the new era that we are in now, it is proper for you to have handwork because of the rate of unemployment in Nigeria.
Also speaking with Agidigbo FM News, a baker, Miss Naomi, shared how learning has helped her become financially independent.
Personally, it has helped me to be independent and not just rely on my parents' money. And it also had to, it gives me the opportunity to be able to do something of my own, to buy things of my own.
In another interview with Agidigbo FM News, a barber, Mr. Taiwo Dija, encourages young people not to look down on handwork.
I can advise some young ladies and boys and girls to do one or two things after an education, after you went to school and here and there. You must have one or two things to do on yourself, to rely on. It's very important.
More young Nigerians are now realizing that having a certificate alone may not be enough. Combining education with skills gives someone a stronger chance to succeed in Nigeria. In today's economy, learning a trade is not just an option anymore. It has become a necessity for young Nigerians to survive and make a living. Tolulope Salau, Agidigbo FM News.
And now it is time to link up with our United Kingdom studio for the foreign news.
News from Kule Hamzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United Kingdom. I am Olushola Damilola. 8 countries have been added to United Kingdom Foreign Office list on the risk of methanol poisoning from counterfeit alcoholic drinks. Ecuador, Japan, Kenya, Mexico, Nigeria, Peru, Russia, and Uganda are now included in the updated travel guidance following incidents involving British citizens in those countries. Although the Foreign Office did not release details of specific incidents in any of the new countries listed, but British nationals are advised to purchase sealed drinks from licensed establishments and to avoid homemade alcohol, pre-mixed spirits, cocktails, and drinks served in buckets or jugs. Methanol is an industrial chemical found in antifreeze and windscreen washer fluid, which is not meant for human consumption and is highly toxic. 6 people have been arrested after Irish police were attacked with bricks, fireworks, and glass bottles at a protest outside the hotel used to accommodate asylum seekers in Dublin. Police vehicles was also set on fire at the City West Hotel in Sagat, although riot policemen prevented the protesters from getting to the hotel. However, Michael Martin, the Irish Prime Minister, said there should be no justification for such attack on the police, while commending the frontline officers who acted courageously and quickly to restore order, with a promise that those involved will be brought to justice. And that ends the news from Kule Hamzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United Kingdom. I am Olushola Damilola.
You're welcome back. And now we shall also be moving to our Maryland studio, United States, for more foreign news.
News from Kule Hamzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Sonia. Russia said on Wednesday it had carried out a major training exercise involving nuclear weapons, a day after the United States announced the delay in plans for a second summit between Presidents Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump on the Ukraine war. The Kremlin released video showing General Valery Gerasimov, head of the General Staff, reporting to Putin on the drills. Russia said it fired missiles from ground launchers, submarines, and aircraft, including intercontinental ballistic weapons that are capable of striking the United States. At key moments in the war in Ukraine, Putin has issued reminders of Russia's nuclear might as a warning signal to Kyiv and its allies in the West. NATO has been conducting nuclear deterrence exercises this month. In a separate development, Sweden said it had signed a letter of intent to export Gripen fighter jets to Ukraine as European governments move to boost Kyiv's defenses in a war that has ground on for 3 years and 8 months and shows no sign of ending soon. A former First Lady in Ivory Coast, Simeon Gbagbo, who was once wanted by the International Criminal Court for crimes against humanity, is running for president on Saturday, marking a new chapter in her political career without her ex-husband. The 76-year-old politician, known in the West African nation as the Iron Lady, is the most high-profile name among those who were allowed to run against incumbent Alassane Ouattara, who is widely expected to win a 4th term. Simeon Gbagbo played a leading role during the tumultuous tenure of former President Laurent Gbagbo, who was marked by civilian war from 2002 to 2007, and again after the 2010 election. Laurent Gbagbo's refusal to acknowledge defeat to Ouattara in 2010 led to fighting that killed around 3,000 people and ended when the couple was arrested together at their Abidjan residence. In 2021, Laurent Gbagbo filed a divorce, bringing to a close a partnership that stretched back to their days as young opposition activists. A year later, Simeon Gbagbo launched her current party, which she has described as rooted in socio-democratic principles. That ends the news from Kule Hamzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Sonia.
You're welcome back once again. And now in the exciting world of sport. Representatives from 20 states across the Federation will participate in the second edition of the Nigeria Rugby Football Federation NRFF Rugby Rising Program, scheduled to hold at the Media Center of the Moshood Kashimawo Abiola Stadium, Abuja. The event will feature selected coaches who have completed 3 key World Rugby training modules: Rugby Ready, Concussion Management, and Safeguarding Essentials, and also aims to equip participants with the technical knowledge and modern coaching standards required to deliver a consistent, high-quality rugby experience for girls nationwide. Speaking ahead of the program, NRFF President Dr. Ademola Are reaffirmed the Federation's commitment to repositioning rugby in Nigeria through proper global standards training for coaches and referees, while describing the second edition of the rugby coaching program as a vital step towards achieving that goal. The Rugby Rising Supervisor, Hussein Wuraola, also commended the 20 states that have confirmed participation, describing it as a step in the right direction for the growth of the game and further encourage participants to complete their remaining modules to fast-track their certification and final confirmation. To wrap up the news this evening, here is a recap of the headlines. REP to probe harmful substances used in preserving frozen foods. Oriyomi Amzat, in collaboration with Anti-Care Health Foundation, organized a free medical outreach. United Kingdom Foreign Office adds 8 countries to methanol poisoning warning list. Russia holds nuclear drills. Ukraine 6 Swedish fighter jets over unending war. Lagos, FCT, 18 other states to participate in second edition of NRFF Rugby Rising program. And before we go this evening, here is a quick tip. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. Finally, we have come to the end of the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Agidigbo 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am Wuraola Yusuff. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
News is information, and information is power. At Agidigbo 88.7 FM, we bring the news from top to bottom.
The Oyo State government has said the over 1.5 million out-of-school children.
We give you reports from Oyo State,
The Oyo State House of Assembly has called for thorough investigation.
the Southwest in Nigeria, and the rest of the world.
Has clarified that the body did not receive any cash support from international development.
Trust us to keep you informed every hour, every day.
Agidigbo 88.7 FM, the people's voice.